The vine had struck a fibre, which about it clings my being. Let the Sufi flout. Of my base metal may be filed a key that shall unlock the door he howls without. When the great Allah moulded me of old, he mixed much baser metal with his gold. Better or fairer I can never be than first I arose from his heavenly mold. And this I know, whether the one true light kindled to love or wrath consume me quite, one glimpse of it within the tavern, caught better than in the temple, lost outright. The wine jar is our sacred place of prayer. We drink in lessons of true being here. Let's pass much more time in taverns, so that our time misspent in mosques we can repair. What, out of senseless nothing to provoke, a conscious something to resent the yoke of unpermitted pleasure, under pain of everlasting penalties, if broke. We of the endless forms most beautiful are stunned that our glass to the brim is full. Life's wine coursing through us as magical on this lovely rolling sphere so bountiful. For once we were, our presence full beheld spirit, body, heart, and mind. So, in meld, as more than the parts we became the whole. Human beings, living lives, unparalleled. The light of heaven did the earth illumine, when he shaped human nature's acumen. Temptations he then placed everywhere, but he'll punish us for being human. He binds us in resistless nature's chain, and yet bids us our natures to restrain. Between these counter rules we stand perplexed. Hold the jar slant, but all the wine retain. Oh, turn away those roguish eyes of thine. Be still, seek not my peace to undermine. Thou say'st, look not, I might as well essay to slant my goblet and not spill my wine. Ne'er I've strung thy rosarium deeds pearled, nor swabbed sin's dusty beads, soiling my world. Yet I'm not hopeless of thy pardon's grace, for I have judged that two is one unfurled. The cupbearer's self too flows to the brim, and like us, can't help but spill o'er the rim, which grape juice droplets extinguish fired eyes. Praise Allah, we've the balm for life's pangs grim. Life's cruelty satisfies all repentance, so this credit give me when thy sentence, while here too I sin to cancel your debt, and away from the holy mosque jump the fence. During the short earthly shrift time is swift, so in love and wine there's no need for thrift. They prate, may God to thee grant penitence. He gives it not, nor would I take the gift. Such as I am, thy power created me. Thy care hath kept me for a century. Through all these years I make experiment. If my sins or thy mercy greater be, my nature is what it is, not tame, as intended, making me not to blame, though some this don't know, and throw pain and shame. So let's claim mercy too, and clear my name. Who's the scribe? What slab is written upon? Where's horrid hell and gloried heaven yon? I ask myself of such stylus and slate. You're both the dancer and the danced upon. The light of heaven did the earth illumine, when he shaped human nature's acumen. Temptations he then placed everywhere, but he'll punish us for being human. He binds us in resistless nature's chain, and yet bids us our natures to restrain. Between these counter rules we stand perplexed. Hold the jar slant, but all the wine retain. Oh, turn away those roguish eyes of thine. Be still, seek not my peace to undermine. Thou say'st, look not, I might as well essay to slant my goblet and not spill my wine. We lay in the cloak of naught, asleep and still. Thou saidst, awake, taste the world's good and ill. Here we are puzzled by thy strange command. From slanted jars, no single drop to spill. Khayyam, why fret o'er spilling drops of sin? From life's temptation, glass filled to the brim. Play with that imaginary friend. Him, what is mercy for, but to save thy skin? What master sets a task impossible, then damns the slave who proves fallible? Who plants the tree, then curses it for growth, or blames the river for being unstoppable? He gave us passions burning fierce and bright, then commanded us to douse their light. Like children told to swim with weighted feet, we struggle in the depths of wrong and right. Our Maker filled our veins with wild desire, then bade us quench this self-implanted fire. What potter shapes the clay to flow one way, then breaks the pot when it won't flow higher? He sets sweet fruits before our hungry eyes, then called it sin to feast on paradise. What gardener tends the vine with loving care, then damns the grape for making wine arise? The cosmic jest grows deeper still to see. He gave us minds to question and be free, then thunders wrath when we dare ask him why, or seek to understand his mystery. Our nature pulls us earthward like the tide, while heaven's law would have us turn aside. Between these millstones of divine decree, we're ground to dust, yet still must choose our side. He gave us reason as our guiding light, then called it pride to trust our own insight. Like birds commanded both to soar and crawl, we're damned if we stay low or dare take flight. What justice can there be in such design? To make the cup, then curse it for the wine. To shape the heart with longing's burning core, then damn it for the very heat divine. The riddle stands, why plant forbidden trees, then punish those who follow nature's keys? Why give us wings, then clip them when we fly, or grant us sight, then scold us when we see? What, from his helpless creature, he repaid pure gold for what he lent us? Dross allayed, sue for a debt we never did contract and cannot answer. Oh, the sorry trade. 5 billion years ago, there was no life or consciousness, and now they are both here. Thus, they emerged, evolving during that time. So, there's no need for any hyperphysical. Consciousness mediates thoughts versus outcomes and is distributed all over the body, from the nerve spindles to the spine to the brain. A way to actionize without moving. Conscious awareness, which can but witness, is a safe haven from which to observe the drama of our lives playing in our minds, granting us a sobering distance from it. Where's the esoteric among atoms? What inside their doings would be elsewise? Do molecules swirl into spooky states? What their secret patterns hidden away? The light atomic elements were banged, and the stars made more, on up through iron, and the rest were from collisions novae. So, what unknown secrets would they contain? Nay, but for terror of his wrathful face, I swear I will not call injustice grace. Not one good fellow of the tavern, but would kick so poor a coward from the place. Of dust and dirt, throw the more on his face, and fling prayer, praise, and rites for fair embrace. Quaff the cup, what time for faith's endeavor? None have returned here from any place. Heed not son or law, nor so-called divine. Yet to the poor, your last morsel assign. Afflict not, nor slander, and give love to all. Of these I warrant thee future. Bring wine. Send into the graveyard the 5-hour prayer, and off to the tavern to live life's dare. When we gaze on a long-necked flask of wine, we'll stretch our necks in kind, that wine to share. Lay waste to the rites of prayer and fasting. Shatter faith's pious claims, never lasting. Slam fast the gate on myth spells arriving. Drink and be kind to all of life's casting. Drink wine, 'tis the lifesaver on storm's sea. Let the sorrows drown in a continued spree. We have friends, love, books, and flowers to share. Parentheses within eternity. Give me wine as balm to soothe the heart's lull. The salve, the boon that relieves all that's dull. There's more cheer in a single drop than in the vault of heaven hollow as a skull. I drink the foe of faith. They tell so, right and left, expurgating from their nose. Well then, by God, as I know, I'll drink more. It's right that I should drink the blood of foes. Mosque for me is rare, yet there I repair. So there I'm a prayer of faint, pious air. I had stolen a fine prayer carpet there that's now worn, so I need one more than fair. They believe, through fear of hell's misery, lured onward by heaven's reward to be, yet he who lives real and thus knows what is, never fires his heart from chaff's smoke tree. Draw pure the blood from the throat of the jug, and stain the tulip-hued wine on your mug. Where could you find a better friend than wine, so pure, so snug? Well, not on a prayer rug. He to whom reason has inscribed its script upon his self will revel unto the crypt. Lest disposing his will to phantasms, he navigates his heart's ship well equipped. O thou, who didst with pitfall and with gin beset the road I was to wander in, thou wilt not with predestination round enmesh me and impute my fall to sin. 'Tis lucky for us that God doesn't exist, for in breaking the rules he'd ever persist. Even his own commandments wouldn't be sacred, since he'd murder his own forms created. Well, this would be goof, big time, a mistake. So then a joyous rainbow he might make, to show he'd no more rain a worldly lake, but he could still destroy us all by earthquake. He'd slay by flame and flood excruciate. He'd entrap, he'd blame us for his mistake. He'd hold grudges for our ancestors' sins. He'd throw tantrums and fits, his name God's sake. Other loves would not allowed by this jealous one, for he'd be the only one to enjoy the fun. For his low esteem, our adoration would be required, this request being much like singing to the choir. Would he have to rest on the seventh day, after working 24/6 on making universal hay? Or would he use boundless energy reserves, such that he could do it all in some instant blurb? Would God's last name be known as Dammit, with Herald, his name on Earth's planet, and would be Art, named when up in heaven? Would we swearest in vain, these names never taken? We'd have to be so lazy on the Sabbath day, not even lifting up a finger, or even wave a bug away, keeping holy and holy the laundry on Sunday, even avoiding football, as the Pope doth say. Cripes, he'd be in the right place at the right time, not ever having been made, not even costing a dime. What luck to be unborn with so much talent, never having earned the spot with any effort spent. Well, we'd still humor our dear parents, not telling them where we'd been apparent, honoring her offer on her and off her. Yet we'd soon learn, through human nature, if this non-God we'd emulate, we could kill those who solicitate, and e'en more kill, even time, spouses, bugs, microbes, and other swill, and of course, outlaws, and especially in-laws. So, if God's a good role model, a leader, someone that we would follow, imitate, emulate, be like, adore, or follow, what else would his fine example allow? Satirical segment 4. Emulating God kill jail, tempt tantrum, humoring parents not telling where been, honoring on her, off her learning human nature. If non-God emulate could kill those solicitate, even more kill. Time, spouses, bugs, microbes, other swill. Of course, outlaws, especially in-laws. God as role model leader, someone follow, imitate. What else would fine example allow? Could jail people's sins ancestors? Exterminate humanity? Allow known evil exist tempt? Devise devious entrapment plans? Could have temper tantrums outbursts? Envy not permit competitors? Grant free will only matched own? Covert worship, adoration, praise? Emulating God's sins? Satire, speaking about humor? Dear parents, not telling where been apparent? honoring offer on her off her, soon learn through human nature. If non-God emulate could kill, those solicitate even more kill. Even time spouses bugs microbes swill. Of course outlaws, especially in-laws. If God good role model leader, someone follow imitate, emulate be like adore follow. What else fine example allow? Could jail people sins there? Ancestors exterminate humanity. Allow known evil exist tempt, devise devious entrapment plans. Could temper tantrums outbursts. Envy, not permit competitors. Grant, free will only matched own. Covet worship, adoration praise. Camera, parents humored, not telling. Honoring on off, human nature. Emulating killing. Solicitation, more killing. Time, spouses, bugs, microbes, swill. Outlaws, in-laws, role model, following imitating, example allowing, jailing ancestors' sins, exterminating humanity, evil tempting, entrapment devising, tantrums, outbursts, envy competition, free will conditional, worship coveting, lighting, parents, humored, secrets kept, honoring ambiguous, nature learned, killing emulated, multiple murders, comprehensive killing, outlaw, in-law, model satirical, imitation absurd, example dark, jailing unjust, extermination genocidal, evil permitted, entrapment devious, tantrum petulant, envy jealous, will conditional, worship coveted. Subject, emulate God. Kill, solicitate time, spouses bugs, microbes, outlaws, in-laws, jail ancestors, exterminate, allow evil tempt, entrap, tantrums, envy, conditional will, covet worship. Dialogue, emulation satire, sound effects, parents, secrets, honoring, learning, killing multiple, comprehensive murder, outlaws, in-laws, role model, imitation, jailing, exterminating, evil tempting, entrapment, tantrums, envy, will conditional, worship coveting. Subtitles, no. We could jail people for the sins of their ancestors, exterminate humanity, allow known evil to exist and tempt, and devise devious entrapment plans. We could have temper tantrums and outbursts, envy, or not permit competitors, grant free will, only it matched our own, and covet worship, adoration, and praise. The Christian God is vengeful, demands of, and tortures us with threats of hellish shove. Well, if I were a god and ruled above, you could remove all my powers but love. Now back to the commandments sultry. Lo, should we freely admit adultery? Should we banish all thoughts impure? Well, that's simply our human nature. Now, if he'd wanted us to be naked, say, then surely we'd have been born that way. As for patting, that would false witness be. So please, please keep abreast of reality, and know loving thy neighbors much too much, by coveting their heavenly bodies such. But thy own ass do covet, it's not free. Follow Moses, by always tying it to a tree. There are stealers about, another shout not, who take office supplies home a lot, and take various and sundry restaurant items, as well as keeping every pen, never buying them. Now really, never do one to others too, before they can do one to you, and never lie in court. No, not you. Just let your lawyer do it for you. Now walking on water is very much out, unless there is solid ice. Winter no doubt, and ever know that sin is fun's evil twin, and ever enter that evil sinner God. So what more would this invented God be? The one with neither paternity nor maternity. Would we then be made so specially that we'd be rewarded for all eternity? If we'd worship him from fear of hell, then he'd rightly cast us into it. If we'd worship him from a desire for paradise, then he'd deny us entrance into it. He'd say to Adam and Eve in Eden, do what you like, but don't eat the apple. Well, we know that when you tell children not to touch something, they certainly will. Well, he's still on Prozac, so they say, for he works in mysterious, insane ways. the free will to us given is fully free, unless it doesn't match his own entirely. So, we'd still think that ills or sins of a mental nature are caused by the devil, an evil tempting spirit. However, now we know of brain chemistry gone awry, he'd still detest evil so totally completely that he'd allow the devil to tempt us mercilessly. And sins, even the most horrible ones, well, no big deal. Just repent them to avoid hell. One-night stands with engaged young virgins would be okay, but those are not good urgins, and no fighting, especially if you are weak. So, when one kisses your ass, turn the other cheek. Such a God who is a being would, like us, be dependent on and exist after the ground of ultimate reality, and so could not, in himself, be his own cause. Now hail the All and the One, omnipresent, for it's eternal and can neither be created nor destroyed, being its own cause and the ground of all. It is energy. There could not have been any special time, one that was privileged over any other chime, nor any special place, nor any specific form, arising out of the necessarily causeless realm. In succession due does the large give way and rule to the ever smaller, the tiny, the minuscule, and onto the negligibly insufficient owal of not really much of anything there at all. What underwriter of the universal wave of matter covers all loss and liability, guaranteeing payment by dipping into possibility, issuing both the credit and the debit? O thou, who man of baser earth didst make, and who with Eden didst devise the snake. For all the sin wherewith the face of man is blackened, man's forgiveness give, and take. When Eden's gates were shut with flaming sword, 3 gifts of heaven stayed by mercy's word: the flower's beauty, dreams' enchanted sight, and love of all the sweetest treasures stored. The flowers first. Who could imagine these had they not bloomed beneath our earthly trees? Such colors, forms, and scents beyond all need, pure beauty sent to bring us heaven's ease. What mind could dream up petals' tender art, or paint such hues to pierce the mortal heart? God's parting gift to Eve as forth she went, these fragments of lost paradise impart, and dreams that nightly prove we need no eyes to see the realms that past our daylight lies. Behind closed lids, vast universes bloom, as mind makes real its own internal skies. All night we wander through these borderlands, where thought takes form by no one's command. Our private theater of unlimited shows, where heaven's curtain thins at sleep's demand. Yet love remains the greatest gift of 3, the force that sets our earthbound spirits free. What life were worth the living without this? This taste of heaven's own eternity, these 3 together prove some higher sphere, once touched our world and left its traces here. For who could think such glory up from dust, or conjure heaven's light from earth so drear? See how they weave together, these bright 3. Love brings forth flowers, dreams set visions free, while flowers spark dreams of beauty, yet unknown, and dreams of love shape what our world might be. Each points toward realms beyond our mortal sight, like windows letting through celestial light. Though paradise be lost, these gifts remain to guide us through our earthbound spirit's night. The flower fades, the dream dissolves by day, even love's sweet flush must change along its way. Yet in their very transience, they show their heaven-born nature that can never stay. So gather roses while their petals hold, and cherish dreams that night may yet unfold. But most of all, let love transform your days. These 3 make earth's dust shine with heaven's gold. Adam said, "What can I get for just a rib?" God smiled and said, "Well, for economy class, you'll get someone who might occasionally pass the remote. share some pizza, but won't clean the cave, and good luck getting her to mow any grass. How about throwing in some basic repairs? Adam haggled. Someone who at least cares if the fig leaves need mending. God shook his head. That's the deluxe package. Costs way more shares. Could I perhaps get a trial period? Asked Adam, while God's patience slightly showed. 3 days to test? No returns, God replied, and no exchanges once the rib has flowed. But will she at least help tend Eden's flowers? She'll critique your technique for endless hours, then plant her own garden exactly her way. Adam sighed, watching his bargaining powers. Fine, said Adam, I'll take what I can get. God grinned and said, you won't live to regret this bargain basement deal. For that one rib, you'll get more than you know, my safe bet. The surgery done, Eve opened her eyes, looked at Adam's bachelor paradise, said, this place needs a woman's touch, my dear. And paradise was never quite as nice. Listen again. One evening at the close of Ramazan, ere the better moon arose, in that old potter's shop, I stood alone with the clay population round in rows. It chanced into a potter's shop I strayed. He turned his wheel and deftly plied his trade, and out of monarchs' heads and beggars' feet, fair heads and handles for his pitchers made. In a potter's shop stood the earthen lot of vessels in converse, though some spoke not, and lo, one lifted up his lid and cried, who is the potter and who's gone to pot? And once again there gathered a scarce heard whisper among them, as it were the stirred ashes of some all but extinguished tongue, which mine ear kindled into living word. Who was it that did mix my clay? Not I. Who spun my web of silk and wool? Not I. Who wrote upon my forehead all my good and all my evil deeds? In truth not I. Said one among them, surely not in vain my substance from the common earth was ta'en, that he who subtly wrought me into shape should stamp me back to common earth again. The master did himself these vessels frame. Why should he cast them out to scorn and shame? If he has made them well, why should he break them? Yea, though he marred them, they are not to blame. None answered this, but after silence spake a vessel of a more ungainly make. They sneer at me for leaning all awry. What? Did the hand then of the potter shake? And strange to tell, among that earthen lot some could articulate, while others not. And suddenly one more impatient cried, who is the potter, pray, and who the pot? Another pot said, why, ne'er a peevish boy would break the bowl from which he drank in joy. Shall he that made the vessel in pure love and fancy in an after rage destroy? There is a chalice made with wit profound, with tokens of the maker's favour crowned. Yet the world's potter takes his masterpiece and dashes it to pieces on the ground. The framework of the cup he did unite. To break in rage, how should God deem it right? So many comely heads, feet, hands, and arms, shaped by what love and broke in what despite. Who's to blame for the genetic defects that lead to social misfits, obsessors, and other special personalities? Did the Maker's hand shake when he made us? Said one, folks of a surly tapster tell, and daub his visage with the smoke of hell. They talk of some strict testing of us. Pish, he's a good fellow, and 'twill all be well. Then said another, with a long-drawn sigh, my clay with long oblivion is gone dry, but fill me with the old familiar juice. Methinks I might recover by and by, after I'm tread in the stead of the dead, and rooted up after my blood's drained red. See to it that naught but a wine jug's made, for its scent will restore my spirit fled. So, while the pots one by one were speaking, one spied the little crescent all were seeking, and then they jogged each other, brother, brother, hark to the porter's shoulder knot a creaking. Ramadan's now past, and Shawwal comes back. So feast, song, and pleasure no more we lack. Now porters with their loads stand back to back. Here comes the camel with his precious pack. The man of spirit, wine renounces ne'er. The wine that to life's water doth compare. In Ramazan, if one needs must abstain, at least let it be abstinence from prayer. What matters where, what, when, or even who? In life's fill, any narrative will do. Drink in every phase of the lunar month, the cup waxing and waning, just like you. 'Tis wrong, according to the strict Quran, to drink in Rajab, likewise in Shaban. God and the Prophet claim those months as theirs. Was Ramazan then made for thirsty man? They've seen the moon of Ramazan, they say. Then, for a month from drink, I'll turn away. At next, Shaban's end, so much wine I'll pour. That drunk, they'll find me till the festal day. Cloudbursts wash the faces of the tulips. The wine cleansing you, pouring through thy lips, all becomes of light, dust, water, and air, as in the meadow, grown from your eclipse. In the afterlife, they tell, houris dwell, and fountains run with wine and oxymel. If these be lawful in the world to come, surely 'tis right to love them here as well. At the crossroads of his human experiment, God wondered where the human nature went. Damn, I formulated it so perfectly in the lab, so why did it not turn out exceedingly fab? Adam and Eve failed in the blink of an eye, so I sent commandments down from the sky. But ever did humans build the golden calves, diminishing my needed adoration into halves. So I killed my experiments but Noah's sake, for they were all a big rainbow of my mistake. I write the human course, yet once again to sail into those waters where it cannot ever fail. What's this? I see that all again has gone amiss. I'll have Jesus preach the other check to kiss. Human nature's failed for sure. They put him to death. I must check my formulas once again to save the rest. I will send more prophets to shake the mixture up. Oh no, this life cast they still crash. I must give up. They say, when the last trump shall sound its knell, our friend will sternly judge and doom to hell. Can aught but good from perfect goodness come? Compose your trembling hearts, 'twill all be well. Whither resorting from the vernal heat, shall old acquaintance greet, under the branch that leans above the wall to shed his blossom over head and feet. The winds make love to the flowers of May, the woods burst with the joy of Eve's bouquet. Like Flora, we too from Eden have come, from all that's gone before we are the sun. Now heaven's favors are spread all around, for the flowers fully blossomed and grown, wave and smile as miracles from the ground, reminding us all of what love has sown. Indeed, the idols I have loved so long have done my credit in men's eye much wrong, have drowned my honor in a shallow cup, and sold my reputation for a song. Wandering along the romantic way, with an houri who drinks life's woes away, I realize that the cost of a loveless life, nor wine, is much too high a price to pay. Oh, those imaginings of what can't be, such as naught, stillness, and Bloch's decree, as well as a part, beginning and end, responsibility, free will, and theity. We are ever in touch with the unknown, for that's ever the reach of science shown. Reality is grasped by focusing on what interacts with what and the means. I dip myself in, as the cup to fill from the stream of consciousness my will, that is beyond the plain reality, as waking from it all the more to swill. There is a realm of happenings, not things, for things don't remain the same on time's wings. What remains through time are processes, relations between different systems. The solid world dissolves beneath time's gaze as atoms dance their quantum shifting ways. What seems so fixed is but a moment's pause in endless flow through change's shifting maze. That mountain standing proud against the sky, a slow upheaval still continuing by. No static thing, but process caught in time, a verb of stone that seems a noun to eye. Your body too, that seems so firmly yours, is but a pattern passing through time's doors, each cell replaced, each atom slipping past, while form alone its seeming self restores. The river that you step in's never same, though bearing still its one unchanging name, not water fixed, but pattern flowing on, as process keeps its shape, but shifts its frame. What we call things are but the meeting place, where different systems cross in time and space. The dance between them is what truly lasts, while substance slips away without a trace. A tree is not a thing, but living flow of soil to leaf, of root to branches glow. A conversation between the earth and sky, where sunlight turns to shadow far below. Your thoughts themselves are not fixed things that stay, but rivers running through the mind's display. Each moment births the next in endless stream, as consciousness flows on its changing way. Even love itself's no static state of heart, but dynamic dance, where souls take partners' part. A verb of joining, never fixed noun, as two lives weave together, never part. The universe entires a vast array of processes that merge and split each day. No things exist save in our human speech. Reality's a dance that won't stay. So grasp not at the shadows of fixed forms, nor seek for substance in time's changing storms. The truth lies in relationships that flow as systems meet and part in endless swarms. Who's the scribe? What slab is written upon? Where's horrid hell and gloried heaven yon? I asked myself of such stylus and slate, you're both the dancer and the danced upon. The mind that seeks itself in endless quest finds seeker, seeking, sought, all self-possessed. No separation twixt the eye that sees and that which is by seeing's light caressed. We chase our shadows round the cosmic hall, like cats that chase their tails and sometimes fall, not seeing that the watcher and the watched are one same dance against existence's wall. Who observes the thought that thinks this thought, and who records the wisdom thereby caught? The scribe who writes upon the slate of mind is but the slate on which the words are wrought. Heaven and hell we seek in realms apart, not seeing they're but chambers of one heart. The judge who weighs our deeds in final scale is weighed himself, of every judge a part. Consciousness curves back upon its source, like snake that swallows tail in endless course. Subject and object merge in knowing's light, as river joins the sea without remorse. The dancer whirls to music's mystic sound, not seeing that the dance itself spins round. Both movement and the one who moves through space are one same flow above the spinning ground. The stylus writes its message on the page, not knowing it's the page that sets the stage. The words that flow are both the ink and sheet, as wisdom writes itself from age to age. I'd entered her being, snuggling in there, gently wading where few had ever tread. Then, like childhood laughing without a care, I'd followed her stream to its sparkling head. We'd pledged ourselves and were living the dream after many a loving way with charm. We dance, splash, and play in that glowing stream where our souls drink deep, so safe from harm. She sends out emanations of love fair that are sweet, soft, and smiling on the air. 'Tis a scented mist, a liquid love, filling the scene with its well-being everywhere. Pleasant-smelling scents lift her heart and mind. Essence of rose, amber, jasmine, night queen, myrtle, saffron, and sandalwood stimulate the inner spirit sublime. Sensual bliss should not be a lost art, for the body is an integral part of the human being, joined with the Spirit. Realize thyself with whole body and heart. To find yourself, lose yourself in another. For she will touch your being and therein share, gently unveiling your heart, soul, mind, and senses, till there's nowhere to hide. You're found forever. You are the elixir who fills my cup, the scent on the breezes who lifts me up. Your love's essence distilled into being, the passion's spirit who opens me up. The tulip lifts her blushing cheeks to me, while wandering winds caress the rose tree. She wears a spring smile and pours dewy tea. Yes, I'll drink you long and deep into me. I drink your wine into my two-lip cup, as meanwhile the giver of life comes up. Petal by petal, your rose wide unfolds. Passions grow from the dew on which we sup. My dearest, your wet lips' sensual pout draws me to the cooling well, in and out. Love's sensation touches us everywhere. At last, the sweet water puts the fire out. Indeed, indeed, repentance oft before I swore. But was I sober when I swore? And then came spring, and rose in hand, my threadbare penitence a pieces tore. I look back on my love of life, now old, the captivating lure that made me bold. What ere vestments of penitence I've sewed, have shredded, in the names of my loves told. The rose's sweet scent, a thorn prick's worth, 'tis true. If wine you drink, a headache 'tis worth too. The loved one who delights 1,000 souls is worth awaiting. Give her all her due. Your scent is ripe, and your name means nectar. Exotically blossoming I find you, as I buzz my way into your flower, for I am the bee, and you my partner. The rose is the flower that the bee cruises, meeting there the butterfly that love chooses. I unfold the petals of your blossom, then drink the nectar of love's sweet juices. Your wine, my persona radiata, fills my golden chalice. O Sultana, I'm intoxicated by your love stream flowing freely. Oh dear Amorata, let actions tell what words can never pass. Pour thy rose cheeks into my secret's glass, and thy mouth onto my fair beloved. My contrition's been lost in her morass. Arithmetic theory fails in love's plot. Love, when divided, diminishes not, unlike sadness, and vanishes not. Each love multiplies to exceed the lot. Life suddenly fits me like a glove, as I float on feelings like a dove, renewed energy giving a shove. Well, could it be that I am in love? Love is the mutual creation of identity. To be in love is not a loss of independence, but rather a shared identity with the lover that does not destroy the identity of the other. Only a few words rhyme with love above, like the overflown dove, the heartless shove, and the ill-fitting glove. Alas, love's rhymes remain unheard of or aren't well thought of. I notice here a great pittance and dearth of words that rhyme with the beloved earth. So aside from mirth, how can poems give birth to all that life on this planet is worth? I note that just a few words rhyme with life, for just how often can you kiss your wife? Is this why poems are so rife with strife? It's better to fife than to stick a knife, whereof, in the endeavoring above, I give up on forming rhymes with love and relinquish for now all mention of the turtle dove, ring dove, and foxglove. For love's rhymes are just too few, and it's too hard to work in that small, worn-out space between God and heaven above. So I'm through rhyming with love, having anyway nothing left to prove, or for that matter, to more poetically improve that sorry number of words that sound like love. So onward to much better sounds I move, getting out of the rut and into the groove, to hope and wait for my poems to improve, I to behoove that love rhymes do remove. Indeed, indeed, repentance oft before I swore, but was I sober when I swore? And then came spring, and rose in hand, my threadbare penitence a pieces tore. I look back on my love of life, now old, the captivating lure that made me bold. Whate'er vestments of penitence I've sewed have shredded, in the names of my loves told. The rose's sweet scent, a thorn prick's worth, 'tis true. If wine you drink, a headache 'tis worth too. The loved one who delights 1,000 souls is worth awaiting, give her all her due. Your scent is ripe, and your name means nectar. Exotically blossoming I find you, as I buzz my way into your flower, for I am the bee, and you my partner. The rose is the flower that the bee cruises, meeting there the butterfly that love chooses. I unfold the petals of your blossom, then drink the nectar of love's sweet juices. Your wine, my persona radiata, fills my golden chalice. O Sultana, I'm intoxicated by your love stream, flowing freely. O dear Amarata, let actions tell what words can never pass. Pour thy rose cheeks into my secret's glass, and thy mouth onto my fair beloved. My contritions been lost in hoor morass. Use your imagination to create what you want from life. Orchestrate. Soon enough, success will come to you. Life grows from visions that you contemplate. Arithmetic theory fails in love's plot. Love, when divided, diminishes not. Unlike sadness, and vanishes not. Each love multiplies to exceed the lot. Life suddenly fits me like a glove, as I float on feelings like a dove, renewed energy giving a shove. Well, could it be that I am in love? Love is the mutual creation of identity. To be in love is not a loss of independence, but rather a shared identity with the lover that does not destroy the identity of the other. I'd entered her being, snuggling in there, gently wading where few had ever tread. Then, like childhood laughing without a care, I'd followed her stream to its sparkling head. We'd pledged ourselves, and were living the dream after many a loving way with charm. We dance, splash, and play in that glowing stream, where our souls drink deep, so safe from harm. She sends out emanations of love fair, that are sweet, soft, and smiling on the air. 'Tis a scented mist, a liquid love, filling the scene with its well-being everywhere. Pleasant-smelling scents lift her heart and mind. Essence of rose, amber, jasmine, night queen, myrtle, saffron, and sandalwood stimulate the inner spirit sublime. Sensual bliss should not be a lost art, for the body is an integral part of the human being. Joined with the spirit, realize thyself with whole body and heart. To find yourself, lose yourself in another, for she will touch your being and therein share, gently unveiling your heart, soul, mind, and senses, till there's nowhere to hide. You're found forever. You are the elixir who fills my cup, the scent on the breezes who lifts me up. Your love's essence, distilled into being, the passion spirit who opens me up. The tulip lifts her blushing cheeks to me, while wandering winds caress the rose tree. She wears a spring smile and pours dewy tea. Yes, I'll drink you long and deep into me. I drink your wine into my tulip cup, as meanwhile, the giver of life comes up. Petal by petal, your rose wide unfolds. Passions grow from the dew on which we sup. My dearest, your wet lips, sensual pout, draws me to the cooling well, in and out. Love's sensation touches us everywhere. At last, the sweet water puts the fire out.